Hello and welcome to the Meaning Your Soul podcast. It is Farah. I hope you're having a great day. And I actually a small win yesterday that I want to share with all of you is that I woke up. I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. to cover for some shifts at the studio and unexpectedly. And I went in and I was like, woke up and I was like, you know what? It's supposed to be my day off. It's going to be a great day. Like, I'm so stoked about today. Today's going to be great. I think I'm going to have really positive interactions. I'm going to just set it out into the intention in the world that I'm just going to be in a good mood. I'm going to hold space. I'm going to have authentic conversations. I'm just going to really touch base with people. I'm going to build community in the most intentional way possible. If I'm going to be here, that's just how I want to show up and how I want to be received and what I want to offer. So it was literally my intention going into the day. And I don't always set intentions. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I do. I'm always mindful. I usually will check in with myself, like, what do I need more of? Or, what might I be calling in today? So I do different things at different moments. But today I was like, okay, I need to set an intention. Today's going to be a great day. I listened to Akon. I got no T-Pain. I listen to T-Pain all the way to the studio. I'm like laughing, bartender. I don't make me sing, but I was singing at like 5 a.m., which I probably looked absolutely insane. I do not care. And I went in. I like had good vibes. We had a great class. Had great conversations with the teacher. And then went into the next studio, kind of did some stuff, did a bunch of errands, was really productive, got through a bunch of different projects, connected with students, and saw a good one of the staff members' moms came in. It was her birthday, so I got to chat with her. And then I had a few teachers came through, literally some of my favorites. They're just so sweet, such great human beings. So they were there, good vibes all around. Came home, did more work, and then ended up teaching a killer fucking class at the end of the day. Got there early, ran into a bunch of people I knew, spread a little bit of love and joy, connected, just like it was a community filled day. And I think that was one of those moments where I was like, God, I really, really love my life. I really love what I'm doing. I really love what I'm creating within this space. And how can I do so from an empowered and embodied state in everything, but also from a place that's authentic and true to who I am, and kind of still also infusing my essence and who I really am into all of those interactions to be able to open and broaden that bigger scope of what we're offering within the world. And so anyways, we have a yoga sculpt training. Shout out Morgan. She's hosting Sculpt and Flow this weekend. We are adding Sculpt and Flow to our studios. Yoga with weights. It's like high energy. We have to pick our hype song. You guys want to know what my hype song is? Okay, I'm trying to decide. The next episode I will have like presented it and shared it with everybody. But it's Paris, Kanye West, and Jay-Z from Watch the Throne, which honestly gets me so fucking hyped no matter what is going on. It is one of my favorite songs. Glorious Macklemore. That was also a song that came to mind. I also love that song. I also love Macklemore. And then thirdly, it was Electricity by Dua Lipa. I fucking love Dua Lipa too. She like, I don't know, that little poppiness, it gets me going. It gets me going. But I'm gonna have to pick the Paris song, to be honest. We'll see what happens. I have to present it in front of like 15 women. It's gonna be no 20 women. I have to present in front of 20 women. So it's gonna be hilarious, whatever I choose, and it's gonna be true. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be 100% real, and that's all I can do. And that's actually the intention of my podcast today. How do you keep it so authentic? How do I stay authentic in everything that I do? And this has not been an easy quest for me, and that's why I wanted to talk about it on the pod today, because it's something that I value. It's something I have worked so fucking hard to be able to do in everything. Like to be able to be myself, 100% of myself, as an empath, as someone that can feel the emotions of people around me, that I can literally shift, and I'm extremely adaptable. I have incredible intelligence IQ. I am also empathic. I'm also slightly psychic. So like for when I'm engaging with someone, I'm getting so much input. You guys have no idea. I'm literally like observing their behaviors. I'm watching their mannerisms, especially if people I know. I'm watching their behavior. I'm watching everything I say, how it's responding, how they're responding to it. I could literally just like completely evolve into something that would make someone feel really comfortable, really seen, really safe, and just like a complete mirror. Like I'm so easily a mirror for other people. It's a gift, but it's also a curse because how do I lose myself sometimes? I lose who I am in the pursuit of making other people feel comfortable. And it's something I've really struggled with for years. I think adaptability wise, and as a child who was in, volatile or different circumstances and situations and around different groups of people, and to feel comfortable, to feel safe, I learned how to adapt into my environment. And as I got older, I was so good at it that I started to recognize that I was doing it. And then I had to be very clear about who I was amidst of all of that. Like I can mirror anything I'm around, but also who am I? And what's the sturdiness and the groundedness of that? And me figuring out who that person is has taken time. Like I've always known who I am. Like I think I have a very solid understanding of me, but I'm often misunderstood. I also don't fit in with mainstream culture at all. Like I don't fit in with one group. From the jump, I'm mixed. So I'm Japanese, black, and white. So I have my dad who's Japanese and black. My mom is white, but she grew up in Tacoma. She's with it. I'm just gonna say my mom's with it. And then my dad who's like an engineer, like Japanese, like raised by his mother, who's a traditional Japanese mother, who is extremely proud of her culture, and did not have a great relationship with his father, who was from Alabama. And so I was raised in this very confused, slightly, I think, presentation of identity, because there was no clear, like, it was never clear to me who everybody was and what they represented. And I think when it comes to race, especially within our culture, within America in particular, there are certain expectations that are attached to each race, and social norms, stereotypes, whatever you want to say that they are across the board and they exist. And if you want to say that they don't, you're lying to yourself. They do. Implicit bias, very like, like microaggressions is like a real thing. Like someone will be kind of even subconsciously dismissive or rude to you because of pretty much because of your race. And it's something I've experienced firsthand multiple times. And as someone who is adaptable, who can go into shift and mold into any environment, I've also been someone who recognizes those, and then I've had to learn to stand in my truth, to be who I am, knowing that it's not the most digestible version of whatever that person necessarily expects of me and who they think I am. So if I am just who they think I am, then I can just like be that, and then I just reaffirm whatever stereotypes they've already had placed in their head. But there's no dissonance, because when that gets created, when what you feel and what you think are two different things, or what you're portraying into the world, or even when you have someone who's looking at you that thinks you're going to be a some way, and when you surprise them when you're not what they expected, there's a readjustment period in them, and then they have to decide if they like that or not, how they're going to reply to that. And one thing I do, and what I've tried to do in my life for years, is to be really accepting of who people are. I try not to have expectations of who someone is. I try to learn who they are authentically, truly, and in that moment. Because who you were a year ago might not be who you are today. I know I've shifted a bit in my life recently, and I believe that it's me continuously just getting, like they say within yoga, you're not building, you're actually taking away the layers. So they say it's like a block of clay, and it's a sculptor that's slowly layering back, and it's you. That's like your self-discovery process, is layering back all the things that people told you you needed to be, how you should act, how you should respond, who you are supposed to be, so that you can see who you truly are and be the fullest and most authentic expression of that. And that's what I've been on the pursuit on for over the last 10 to 15 years. And so ever since I recognized that I was just being people pleasing to a certain extent, that I've tried to stop. I consciously made an effort to be aware of that, to not do that, to be more truly and honestly me. And what I found is, in all reality, people love that. People love authenticity. People fucking dig it. When you're confident and you're genuine and you are just who you are, regardless of what other people think you should be. And even when it rubs people the wrong way, one of my friends, who is so funny, she's like, when I rub someone the wrong way, I just go in. She makes me laugh so hard because she's also empathic, so she can feel it. So she just does it, and she thinks it's fucking hilarious. I also think it's kind of funny when she's doing it. Also, it throws people for a loop, to say the least, a fucking loop. But anyway, but it's like when you own that, and not in a combative way, not in a kind of like confrontational kind of way, but in a very honest and just authentic. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. Like, I'm not going to change who I am based off of your perception of who I need to be. I'm not going to change how I view myself so that I can be what you think of me. I'm not going to change who I am, and I'm not going to change how I view myself based off of how someone else views me, like it or not like me. Like that's not, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. And that's the harder thing for me as a people pleaser to learn. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't need to be, and I don't want to be. But the people that ride with me, that love me, that see me, that are authentically connected to me, fuck with me, and I fuck with them. And I know that. And I've, over the years, that's taken me time to figure out who those people are, but I know who those people are. And I'm grateful for who those people are in my life. And so I'm thinking, so bringing all this back in together is like, how do you be authentic? How can you be 100% yourself? How can you show up fully? And how did I actually navigate that process? Because, like I've just explained to you, it was not easy. It was not easy. It was very challenging. And let's be real, it was threw me for some fucking loops here and there. Okay. And I'm still figuring it out. I'm still peeling back the layers, and who I am is constantly changing. So that's another part of it. Like you're never static. You're never the same. So once you figure yourself out, then you fucking change. You're a whole nother person. And then you're like, all right, now who is this person, and how do I share that with the world? And also just being mindful of how people respond to that, which I have just given up trying to control. But it doesn't mean that it makes it any easier, right? Like, especially when it's people you love. So I think the main gist that I want to go is three things that I've done in order to aid my self discovery so I'm able to show up more successfully and authentically. And when I say success, I mean successfully genuine, successfully present. And I think that's the first, literally the first and most important thing that I've learned is presence. To get out of my fucking head, to stop thinking about how a situation or how a person should be shaking out or how they should be responding. And I'm just open and I'm receiving what is going on right in front of me in that moment. So if someone is, if they're not what I'm expecting, I'm like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, I didn't expect this. And I'm learning something new about the person. I was just talking to one of my students, and she was like, I had said something, and I was like, yeah, I actually have the high school record for pull-ups. Or at least I did for a while. It's 25 pull-ups. Yeah, I have really broad shoulders, and I am like really strong within my top half, and also my bottom half smaller. So I think I'm also just, let's be real. There was some physical like advantages that I have to be able to do a ton, hella pull-ups and push-ups. I can actually do like probably like 50 push-ups like without stopping. Like I can do a lot of push-ups too. I really can. Anywho, I'm strong. I'm actually a very strong individual. And I think that that's what some people don't know about me. And because I'm so petite, they just think of me as like fragile almost, and very the opposite of fragile. I am solid. So that is like the first and foremost thing is like, how did I get, sorry, I was like, I digress. I was like, what the fuck was I even talking about? You guys, I will go on a tangent for days. ADD, if ADD is real, I'm telling you. Okay, anyways, so long story short, I found presence. I actually read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you haven't read it, it is a good read, to say the least, transform my life and my perception of it and how I engage with life, recognizing pain bodies, being able to lean into the present moment, noticing your thoughts, drawing them back down, being able to anchor yourself in what's going on in front of you without an expectation, without resistance, without this internal dialogue about it. That's almost the harder part, is like reducing the internal dialogue so that you can be present, so you can really receive and show up for what's occurring in front of you. So presence, whatever kind of meditation, mindfulness practices you want to incorporate in order to slow down the thought pattern within your mind to create some more space, and also to just be able to flow more naturally into the environments that you're experiencing firsthand, is a complete fucking game changer. And with that, when it comes to social interactions, I think when people are like, oh, you're just like, you have such a warm presence, or you just like, so you, I'm like, I'm literally so present and here and with people as I'm experiencing things, that I think that's what they're feeling. It's like I'm not like annoyed or bored. I'm like, I wish I was doing something else. No, I'm doing whatever I'm doing 100%. And I'm here and I'm paying attention. I'm talking to people. I'm engaging. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm trying to connect authentically and truly with the people and the experiences that I'm having day by day. And those are changing. And I could have probably some perceptions of what should be, but those have never really worked out, and they usually cause more frustration than not. So presence, number one. being able to clear your mind to get out of the programming or the assumptions or the preconceived notions of how someone or how you should be so that you can be who you truly are. Two, when you're doing that, when you're peeling back the layers, there's the light and the dark. I will never deny that. I have a lot of dark in me. But I'm gonna tell you one little bit that I've learned over the years. That's me going in my old grandpa over here. What I've learned. Okay, sorry. I'm so weird. When I'm weird, that's one thing I've learned about myself. Number two is that karma's a bitch if I am. Okay, so the more that I have just allowed myself to be able to let go, like accept the darker parts of me, not to hide them, not to shame them. It's really benefited me to be able to dial back and to accept myself 100% and also to accept others 110%. So never forget that you're not all rainbows and sunshines. You're not everyone's cup of tea. There's parts of your personality that people aren't going to fuck with. They're not going to like. And is that your problem? No, the hell it's not. Okay. But what is your problem is figuring out you and liking yourself, all of who you are. So if I am, I'm actually a really fucking jealous person. I know this about myself. I've really, really, really worked on it. I've become a lot more aware of it. Presence has helped because I don't go down the rabbit hole of what someone's doing, and I'm just allow myself to be present in what's going on in front of me. So I don't create that narrative. So I don't create a negative narrative that's rooted in fear more often than not. So I reduce that. So if I do that, I'm able to access the now. And when I do that, then I'm able to be myself. I'm able to be a clear channel. I'm able to be reflective without any dirt on the mirror from my internal world. And so, but I have to be honest with myself about those things. And so I think I have actually a meditation and I have an exercise about kind of leaning into your light and your darkness. And there's a couple of exercises that help dive deeper into that. If you're interested in it, I'm happy to share that. But I think that, yeah, really kind of being honest with yourself about areas that you struggle with. I'm okay. So I was gonna say it. Jealousy is a big one for me that I've worked on. Code switching, being able to be so moldable, but to be authentic, to be centered in who I am. Another big thing that I recognize that I do. I have to like lean back and be really present into what I am and to reduce the people pleasing tendencies that I have because of it. And again, those are childhood traumas that have come up to the surface. It's a coping skill. We all develop coping skills in order to survive within this world. So no matter what anyone wants to say about it, we all have them. And so it's about unlearning them. That is usually the hardest part, but it takes time and it takes self-reflection and then also self-acceptance too. Because once you see that about yourself, you have to accept that it's a part of you. And also before that and decide, do I want to change that? Is that something that's hindering my growth, that's hindering me from being who I need to be? Or is that helping me? Or is that just a big part of me and I can accept it, I can see it, I can hold space for it, I can hold compassion for it, you know? So light and darkness exercise, if you want to do it, I have one of my podcasts and don't be afraid of the dark. And more importantly, don't be afraid of your light. Whew. We're all more afraid of our light than we are darkness. Your true potential, the true essence of what you're meant to be, if you were to shine so bright, to stand out so much, to be seen in the most authentic version of you, to be able to be like this brilliant essence of the individual that you are and that you were meant to be, is scary as fuck, you guys. It's so scary because you have to be 100% yourself. And then when you're so vulnerable, when you're so real, when you so you, then people get to decide if they like that or not. And when they get to decide that, then you have to decide if you still like yourself even when they don't. And that's even harder. And that is what I've learned because there's people that haven't liked me because of it. There's people that I was best friends with that I'm not friends with anymore because of it, because I got so clear about who I was and I wasn't willing to trade that. And I had to accept that. But it aligned me and made space for the people that were. I'm so grateful for those people. So you have to decide in this journey, you will lose people. You'll lose parts of yourself that you thought you loved, that you felt like were core pieces of you. Those will change. Self-discovery is not for the weak, like you have to be so strong. You have to be so resolved, mentally strong, and so mentally equipped to be able to move forward in this direction. This is why I do mental health coaching. This is why I do self-discovery work. This is why I want to help support people in this, because doing it alone is so hard. And I've been so gifted with teachers and mentors and people in my life that have helped me through it. But it's been a journey, y'all. Okay? So honor yourself, honor what you need, have a community of people that support you, and find that group. Find that core. You only needs to be a few people that can help you along the way. And be there as your cheerleader to remind you that you're loved, to remind me that you're enough, and that even as you're growing, you're still enough as you are today. Okay, because you are. You are. Okay. You guys, do I not cry in every episode? I think I'm just having, it's been a week. Okay. So 3. Whew. Well, let's recap. 1, by presence. 2, in the pursuit of authenticity. Incorporate, integrate, accept, love the light and the dark within you. And 3, live boldly, live brightly, shine bright, motherfucker, shine bright. Then once you accept that, once you know who you are, once you do that, let it be seen. Don't hide that shit. You let yourself out, girlfriend. You wear that fit that makes you feel good, that makes you feel you, that is your soul's expression within this world. You dress however you want to. Let your external body reflect what's internally within you, not based off of like what's on Pinterest for what you should wear, not based off of what is popular and with celebrities. What do you want to wear, mommy? What do you, papi? Like, what do you want to kind of walk into the world? How do you strut yourself? How do you feel 100% you and just embodied within that? I used to say if I don't walk out the door with a little shimmy and like maybe a snap, I'm not leaving. I want to feel good. I want to feel confident. I want to see myself. And I want that to be reflected within the world, because I'm telling you, I went through this one exercise. I was just like, I've been wearing my bright pants again, my like yoga pants. People are like, this is a great color. I'm like, thank you. It's from my rainbow era. And they're like, what? I was like, there's a summer. I literally wore, for people that were around me, on God, I like really did this. I wore as many colors as I possibly could every day. And like the different combinations of them, it was a whole thing. And so I was like, I want to be the brightest version of myself, shine bright. I want to be bold. I want to be seen. I don't want to be afraid of this anymore. Like, I don't want to be a wallflower. I don't want to mix in. I don't want to be everyone's cup of tea. I want to be me. I want that to be seen. And I want that to then attract the people that are meant for me to be around me, because I don't fuck with the birds. I love birds actually. And like birds are actually very wise. Listen to birds. But it's like for the rest of it, for the people that just want to chatter and talk, not for me. No, 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 no. See me, if I inspire you, if we sync up because I am being the biggest expression of me, then that means I'm attracting the other people that are the biggest expressions of them too. With confidence, with self-acceptance, with a sense of humility to for the combination of it all. Being who you are doesn't mean that you bring other people down. Being who you are doesn't mean that you point out flaws in other people. Being who you are doesn't mean that not everyone else is enough. Being who you are is being 100% you and inviting, putting your hand out there to help others do the same. That's how I view it. So being able to shine bright means to be who you are in the physical, to be able to let your personality come through, to be that hilarious, fantastic, fabulous, fucking amazing version of who you are. And then you attract the people that you're meant to, and then you invite them to do the same. And we create a community where people can be authentically true. And that's what I'm shooting for. That's what I am like aspiring to do in every facet of my life. And It's a journey and it's not easy. But I know that the more true, the more honest, the more present, the more I incorporate my light and dark, the more I'm honest about my areas of growth, my weaknesses, those moments where I struggle, and those moments where I'm shining, so that I can invite everyone on. I'm trying to put you guys on. I'm trying to put you on to live a more cohesive life to what is actually within you so that you can represent that in all that you do. Live in purpose with your dharma. I am literally on the quest for living myself in the fullest on my dharma, on purpose, and also with intention and with authenticity and with a little sass to go along with it because that's who I am. Okay. I love you. Thank you for listening. Follow me on the gram at Ferrashino, FERRAHSHINO. And that's also my website, www.ferrashino.com. If you're interested in working together in coaching, being able to lean into your own authenticity to be able to shine bright, I have a Shine Bright program, which is actually like a month of different exercises and activities and meditations and yoga classes to be able to kind of unravel that along with journaling exercises, including the light and darkness exercise to be able to open that up for you. I really hope to connect with you soon. Love ya. Bye.